The runway might seem like just a strip of pavement to the average traveler, but to a pilot, it's so much more. It's our stage, our playing field, the platform from which we launch ourselves into the sky and onto which we gently return. Understanding the runway, its length, its markings, and its signals is paramount to safe flight. This understanding begins long before the wheels leave the ground or touch down again. It starts with meticulous planning, careful calculations, and a deep respect for the critical role runway length plays in every takeoff and landing. Just like a musician needs to know their instrument, a pilot needs to know the runway. We need to know how much runway we need to get airborne. We also need to know how much runway we need to bring the plane to a safe stop. This knowledge is crucial in all phases of flight, but especially during takeoff and landing. The runway is not just a static strip of concrete, though. It's a dynamic environment that changes with the weather, the weight of the aircraft, and other factors. A runway that's plenty long on a dry day might be too short on a wet day. A plane that's lightly loaded might take off in a shorter distance than a plane that's fully loaded. As pilots, we're trained to take all of these factors into account. We use a combination of calculations, experience, and visual cues to make sure we always use the runway safely and effectively. It's a challenging but rewarding aspect of our job, one that requires constant attention to detail and a healthy respect for the laws of physics. Before we even think about pushing back from the gate, we have to determine how much runway we need for takeoff. This isn't a matter of guesswork. It's a precise calculation that factors in the aircraft's weight, the air temperature, the wind conditions, and even the configuration of the flaps on the wings. These calculations, often aided by our flight computers, provide us with a critical number, the takeoff distance. This takeoff distance isn't just a number on a screen, it's a safety margin. It represents the minimum length of runway we need to achieve a safe flying speed and climb out safely. If the runway is shorter than this calculated distance, we simply cannot take off. It's that simple. Safety is paramount, and we will not compromise on this, even if it means delaying a flight or waiting for more favorable conditions. The process of calculating takeoff distance is quite involved. It takes into account a multitude of factors, including the weight of the aircraft, which affects how much lift the wings can generate. The air temperature also plays a crucial role. Warmer air is less dense, which reduces engine performance and requires a longer takeoff run. Wind conditions also play a significant role. A headwind blowing directly into the aircraft's nose actually helps us take off in a shorter distance. Conversely, a tailwind, pushing the aircraft from behind, requires a longer takeoff run. All these factors are meticulously factored into our calculations to determine the safe takeoff distance for each and every flight. Once we're cleared for takeoff and accelerating down the runway, the calculations are behind us. Now, it's all about observation and feel. We use visual cues like the runway markings whizzing by to judge our speed and position. These markings are more than just paint on the ground. They're a language telling us how much runway we've used and how much we have left. One of the most important visual cues is the series of white lines running down the sides of the runway. These lines provide a sense of perspective and motion, helping us judge our speed. As we accelerate, these lines appear to blur and then disappear beneath the wings. This visual feedback is crucial in those first few seconds of the takeoff roll. Further down the runway are large numbers painted on the surface. These numbers indicate the remaining runway length in thousands of feet. As we hurtle down the runway, these numbers tick down, providing a constant visual reminder of our remaining distance. They allow us to instantly assess whether we have sufficient runway to achieve a safe takeoff speed. Landing an aircraft safely requires a smooth transition from the sky to the runway. This delicate dance with gravity is aided by a sophisticated system of lights and indicators that guide us through the descent and onto the center line of the runway. These visual aids are particularly crucial during low visibility conditions, acting as our eyes in the sky. One of the most important visual aids is the approach lighting system, a series of lights that extend outward from the runway threshold. These lights, often arranged in a distinctive pattern, provide us with a visual reference point, guiding us towards the runway even in challenging weather conditions. They act as a beacon, cutting through the darkness or fog and providing a clear path to follow. Equally important are glide slope indicators, which work in conjunction with the instrument landing system. The ILS beams guide us to the runway with pinpoint accuracy. The glide slope indicator on our instrument panel tells us if we're on the correct descent path. This visual feedback ensures a smooth and controlled descent, allowing us to maintain the correct angle and altitude as we approach the runway. Section 5. Visual cues during landing, a pilot's roadmap. As we approach the runway, our focus shifts from instruments to visual cues. The runway markings, those lines and numbers that seemed so far away during takeoff, now become our roadmap, guiding us to a precise touchdown. The same markings that told us our remaining runway length during takeoff now serve a different purpose. The large white numbers indicate how much runway we have left to land. They allow us to instantly assess our position and adjust our approach if necessary. These markings are particularly crucial when landing in challenging conditions, such as crosswinds or limited visibility. The touchdown zone markings, a series of thick white stripes located at the beginning of the runway, are another crucial visual cue. These markings indicate the ideal touchdown point, allowing us to aim for a smooth and controlled landing. By aiming for the touchdown zone, we ensure that we have sufficient runway to bring the aircraft to a safe stop. Section 6. Night Operations Illuminating the Runway. Landing at night presents a unique set of challenges. The familiar visual cues we rely on during the day are obscured by darkness, making the role of runway lighting systems absolutely crucial. These systems illuminate the runway, transforming it from an invisible strip of asphalt into a beacon of light, guiding us safely to the ground. Runway edge lights, as the name suggests, line the edges of the runway, providing a clear outline of the landing surface. These lights are typically white, but may change color towards the end of the runway, warning us of the approaching runway end. They are essential for maintaining situational awareness and preventing runway overruns. The runway centerline lights, embedded in the runway surface, provide us with directional guidance, ensuring we stay aligned with the centerline throughout the landing rollout. These lights are particularly helpful when landing in conditions of reduced visibility, such as fog or light rain. Section 7. Air Traffic Control, a pilot's partner in the sky. Pilots aren't alone in their responsibility for safe takeoffs and landings. We work closely with air traffic controllers who play a vital role in managing the flow of traffic and providing us with essential information. Their instructions and guidance are particularly crucial during low visibility conditions, acting as our eyes and ears on the ground. Air traffic controllers have a comprehensive view of the airspace and the airport environment. They use radar, weather information, and communication systems to monitor our position, provide us with landing clearances, and alert us to any potential hazards. Their instructions and guidance are essential for maintaining order and safety in the skies, especially in busy airspace and during challenging weather conditions. Communication is key in this partnership. We maintain constant radio contact with controllers, keeping them informed of our position, altitude, and intentions. This constant dialogue ensures that everyone is on the same page and reduces the risk of misunderstandings or misinterpretations. Section 8. The Human Factor Experience and Judgment in Runway Assessment. While technology plays a vital role in ensuring safe takeoffs and landings, the human factor remains paramount. Even with all the advanced instruments and systems, it's the pilot's experience and judgment that ultimately determine the outcome of these critical maneuvers. We're trained to assess runway conditions, taking into account factors like surface wetness, wind shear, and potential obstacles. This assessment goes beyond simply reading instruments or listening to air traffic control. It involves a deep understanding of how different aircraft perform under various conditions. Years of training and experience give us a feel for the aircraft, allowing us to make subtle adjustments during takeoff and landing. We learn to anticipate how the aircraft will react to crosswinds, turbulence, and other challenges. This intuitive understanding of the aircraft's behavior, combined with our knowledge of runway characteristics, allows us to make split-second decisions that ensure a safe outcome. Section 9. Safe Landings and Takeoffs, a Symphony of Technology and Skill. Every safe takeoff and landing is a testament to the seamless interplay between technology and human skill. It's a carefully choreographed dance that relies on precise calculations, sophisticated instrumentation, clear communication, and the pilot's experience and judgment. From the initial calculations of takeoff distance to the final touchdown on the runway, every step in the process is crucial. The runway markings, approach lights, and glide slope indicators provide essential visual guidance. At the same time, our training, experience, and judgment allow us to interpret these cues, assess the situation, and make the right decisions. Safe landings and takeoffs are not solely the responsibility of the pilots, they are the result of a collaborative effort involving air traffic controllers, maintenance crews, and countless others who work behind the scenes to ensure the safety and efficiency of air travel. It's this intricate web of technology, skill, and teamwork that allows us to take to the skies with confidence, knowing that we have the tools and the expertise to manage the challenges of runway length and ensure a safe arrival at our destination.